Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here then welcome to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be trying out Goss's How to Natural Invisible Foundation Technique. Now if you do not already follow him, I would encourage you to do so because he's just phenomenal at what he does. If you're really looking forward at learning tips and tricks and different techniques of makeup, then this is the channel you should really go to, and I'm sure you'll thank me later. And I know that a lot of you guys already follow him, he's quite famous and everything. Now I saw this video where he posted, this is not a new video or anything by him, but this is a natural invisible foundation technique, and that really made me curious to see how I can achieve that. So I thought of following along his tutorial, and instead of doing off camera and seeing if it really works or not, I thought why not do it on camera with you guys. So let's get started. I actually do not know what are the products and everything, what's the technique and everything, because I haven't watched it. I just wanted to watch it on camera with you guys, but I'll follow along. I'll grab the things I need for this video. So let's get started. Okay, so I did add that video to my list, so let me just like search if I really have added it to my list or not. But I do remember, yes, How to Natural Invisible Foundation Technique. Let me first tie my hair up, because I know a lot of you guys get irritated when my hair is down and I'm doing my makeup. I know it gets really annoying, even to me when I'm watching others' videos. So there we go, my hair is out of the way.
You want to use a lot of moisturizer with this because you're going to be using heavy duty products, so use more than...
I have already moisturized, but since he's saying that we are going to be using a lot of heavy duty products, I'm going to double up my moisturizer, and I'm using again my Pond's Light Moisturizer. I love this stuff. And let me quickly, I'm not going to use too much because I already have one layer on, so just because he asked me to do this, I'm going to go with the second layer now. A huge zit here, so I don't know if this technique is supposed to cover up everything, or if this is more of a natural, your skin sort of a look. Let's see how this goes. First step done.
I'm applying facial oil, and all the links to the products used are in the description bar. I'm blending the oil all over this moisturizer. Again, you're going to be using heavy...
Okay, so now he's also using a facial oil, and I'm not sure if my oil is going to give me the same effect, because that's more of a skincare oil as opposed to a makeup primer sort of oil. But I'm just going to make do with whatever I have. I'm using my Plum, Grapeseed and Sea Buckthorn facial oil. I'm just going to take like one drop, I guess, or just 2 drops of it, and I'm not going to rub this onto my skin. Instead, I'm just going to massage or rub it between my palm and then go over onto my skin.
So I'm going to start with the light. This is the areas I want light to be in the face. I'm using a cream concealer and applying these to the areas that I want to bring forward. So these are the areas I want to stand out more. So I'm just dotting this across the face and then blending it in.
So he's using a cream concealer and he's using it in a little bit of different areas. So I'm really excited to see how that works, because I've never applied it over here and then right here. So let's see. For concealer, now I did have a cream concealer long ago. I don't know if I still do have it or not. I do have it. So I think this is the cream concealer I'm going to be using today. This is NYX's Gotcha Cover Concealer. I completely forgot about it, but I'm happy that I have a cream concealer in my collection. So let me just like open it up. So he has used it right here on the forehead area, on the inner corner of your eye, edge of your nose, around the corner of your nose. Just blended out everything with his finger, so I'm going to do the same, I guess. I don't think this is blending very well with my fingers. I'm going to use my sponge and try to blend it.
So next we're going to add the dimension in. Forget about trying to create cheekbones. Place the darker color where you want to add dimension to the face. So these are the areas that are best suited on my face. I've got quite a high forehead, and then blend them in with your fingers. It doesn't matter if it looks muddy, because you can see from the beginning it's not going to end up that way.
So for the next step, he's already cream contouring his face, and I don't have anything as dark as he's using, so I'm gonna use something that I generally use, and this is Nykaa's Pout Perfect Nude Me Not. I know this is a lipstick, but I really like using it for my cream contour. I'm not sure if this is going to give me that same effect because it's not dark enough, but I'm gonna apply a little too much so that I get that sort of an effect. Okay, and then also right here. Oh, I think this is lower and this is higher. Amazing. And I'm going to blend it with my finger as well. Okay, so it's really looking muddy right now, but I'm not getting nervous because I know that we are going to cover this up with a foundation. So let's see what sort of a foundation he's using. Is he using a full coverage foundation or a dewy foundation or like a medium coverage? I hope he mentions that because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be entirely covering this up with a full coverage or I'm supposed to be using a medium coverage foundation. Let's see.
Next, foundation. You're going to stipple. So watch what I'm doing with the foundation. I'm pressing it into the skin. And this is a very light application of foundation because we've got color on our face. We're using this to bring all three colors together. So press and stipple. Don't swirl the brush in order to create big sort of blending motions. Just press and stipple it into the skin.
He did mention that the foundation is so light, so I'm assuming that he's using more of a low to medium coverage foundation. So let me see what I have. I mostly have full coverage foundations in my collection, so let's see what I can do with this step. So I'm quite confused on what to use, but I'm going to go ahead with my PAC HD Liquid Foundation in the shade 2.1, and I'm using my stippling brush because that's what he's using as well in his video. Just to make sure I'm not picking too much of the product on the brush, I'm going to just slightly mix it on the back of my hand so that I don't have like a huge blob of it on my foundation brush, and then I do not cover this up entirely. So now, yeah, that's way better than just going directly with the brush, and I'm just going to stipple it. That's what he's doing too. He's not buffing the foundation on the skin. Now it's looking all put together. You can still see a little bit of definition on my face. The only concern I have right now is my skin looks extremely dewy. I don't know what went wrong. Maybe I should have skipped using a facial oil, or maybe the concealer was just too dewy. I do not understand, because I know for a fact that this foundation does not give you this sort of a wet look. But that's not a problem. I can definitely go ahead and set my face, but let's see what he's going to do next.
Next, I'm applying a liquid highlighter to the high points of the face. These are the areas that I would like a little bit more shine to. So you can see where I'm dotting them, and then I'm just going to blend them in with my fingers. No brush required.
Now he's using a highlighter, and I really do not want to at this point because of how dewy my skin is looking right now, but I'm going to follow along. So for highlighter, I'm going to be using my Maybelline V Face Duo Stick, only because this is more on the subtle side than the other highlighters that I have. Take a little bit on my finger like this and just go on the same areas that he applied the highlighter on.
Next, I'm going in with a lipstick, and I'm applying this as a blusher. Absolutely nothing wrong with using lipstick, perfectly fine. And then I'm going to blend this in with my brush in that same stippling motion.
I don't know where my camera stopped recording, but he did use a corally lipstick as his blush, and the only coral sort of a lipstick that I have in my collection is Naughty Nude by Nykaa. I was about to say Lyka. What's wrong with me? But I have applied it, and I'm going to use the same brush, the same stippling technique, and stipple this out. This is how it's looking after blending it in, and I'm loving how fresh it's looking so far. Don't mind this, I should have probably kept a wet wipe right here, but let's move on to the next step.
All you're going to do is absorb the excess oils with a tissue and I'm just patting and pressing this all over the face. This is going to draw out any of the excess oils from the moisturiser, the oil, the foundation, the concealer, so that when we powder, it's going to go on beautifully.
Oh, thank goodness we have this step in place, because I was just worrying how the end result is going to be if my face looks this dewy, and it just borderline looks oily right now. So what he's doing is he's using a tissue. Thank God I have tissue right here. Wow, amazing. And then he's just blotting the entire face just to make sure that there's no oil from the facial oil or anything. So let's do that. I think I've blotted enough. You can see the excess product on the tissue, and now I think he's just going to powder.
Next, I'm powdering the areas where I didn't apply highlighter. So I'm not going to powder down the center of my nose because I've applied highlighter there. So I'm powdering really more the T-zone minus the nose, any areas where I didn't apply that highlight, because I want that shine, and you can see it here under the eyes. It looks really pretty.
Now he's just powdering the areas where he did not apply any highlighter. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I'm gonna like very strategically very slightly powder the areas where I haven't applied highlighter as well. So especially underneath my eyes, this looks like this is the area where if you look very dewy, that's when you start looking oily. So I'm gonna first take care of that. Center of my forehead. I'm not powdering this area because again that's where we applied the highlighter, so I'm just going to powder the center of my forehead. I think I should stop here because in the last step he's only adding fake beauty marks, but I don't think I should because you can clearly see everything on my skin because I did go with a very light hand of the foundation. My marks and everything are still peeking through, so I don't think that is required. I'm gonna like finish my eye makeup, just do a little bit of something, and I'll be right back and we'll talk more about this. I'm back and I just added the same lipstick as my eyeshadow just to get more of a cohesive look. And for my lips, I have Nykaa's Lips Don't Lie lip liner in the shade Dirty Secret. Honestly, I love how this turned out. It's very fresh, it's very dewy, very I don't know, very lively, glow from within sort of a look. It really doesn't look like I have added any highlighter on, even though I have, which is amazing. And I would definitely, however, skip on a facial oil the next time because I feel like the products that I used specifically were not quite heavy, so I don't think this was really required in my case. But I think that's why my face is looking way more dewy than how his face was looking in his video. But nonetheless, I love this. I'm sure that the next time I'm going to try this, I'm going to be more particular about what to use and what not to use, and I know how to customize this routine for myself. But it looks very nice, it looks very vibrant, very fresh, and yeah, I would definitely recommend you guys that you try different techniques and not just stick to the same technique that you see in most of the YouTube videos, because I know it can get very monotonous and you might just get bored of doing the same thing over and over again. So it's really nice to try out something different and you might just fall in love with it. And I really like how the blush, I mean the lipstick is looking as a blush, and especially adding this over here on this area. I don't know, like everything is looking so cohesive and I really like it. I mean, it's quite beautiful looking, and I should stop rambling. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, if you guys would want to watch more such videos, I would love to do it. I really enjoyed making this one, and that's about it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.